Also in the podcast, Arn Anderson went off on a little bit of a tangent on Sin Cara. This was kind of fun to listen to, and this is why I recommend the Arn podcast, because the dude is old and is stale and stuff as he looks and sounds and seems and talks. The dude will tell it like it is. He'd fucking just give it to you straight, and he gave it to us straight on Sin Cara. Check this out.
Mystico is regarded as the best wrestler in the entire country of Mexico. They think he's going to be the next Rey Mysterio. And we know that it's not going to go exactly as planned. I think most of our listeners probably remember him as Sin Cara. And I don't know. It was a miss. Why do you think it was?
Well, because they didn't ask anybody in America who we thought was the best Mexican wrestler in the world.
Right.
This guy came in with all this hype, and here it was one of those times that it was discussed and true. You need a Mexican star if you're going to run Mexico.
Sure.
Or Spanish countries. Rey Mysterio was that guy. And you don't replace Rey. There's nobody coming along. I hadn't seen anybody to this day that's going to eclipse Rey Mysterio and all that he's accomplished. But sitting in the genius office, I'm sure the conversation went like this. Okay, Rey's been hurt a couple times. You know, he's too little anyway, even though he had proved it don't mean a damn thing how big he is. You know, we got to get another Mexican star in here. You know, who you got? What do you got? Well, this guy didn't show me anything. Not a damn thing. He had a bad attitude.
Really?
If he spoke English, he acted like he didn't. Now, we're not talking about Hunico, that guy. We're talking about the original
Sin Cara.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he was one of those guys that flat brought just the Mexican style. That's what he brought to our product. Our product was not ready for that lack of contact, lack of selling, all those things, just the whirly-bird stuff that had no psychology behind it. And, you know, he thought he would just bounce guys around twice his size, very little selling, just pop up out of nowhere. Everything I'd been taught about this business and everything that the audience loves, the storytelling, the selling, the underdog, all that stuff was lost on him. But it came from the top. We had to have a star. So those of us that had these feelings and relayed these feelings just got heat.
You know, I don't know what it was. Mystico was huge in Mexico, and maybe that's what fed his ego. And, you know, maybe he brought that with him to the United States and just thought he should just fucking own the place. But I don't see what was the big deal about him. It was also, you know, Arn mentioned that he never went to FCW to properly get trained in the American style. So it's partly on WWE, too, for rushing him to the main roster. But what's fun about that, though, is they own the gimmick, right? So they could just slap it on Hunico and fire Sin Cara and fire fucking Mystico. Okay, you're the new Sin Cara. Okay? So that's fun. But in general, yeah, and it's fun to hear these kind of stories. Hear a guy like Arn Anderson just fucking bury a wrestler, right? Because you don't hear that in podcasts very often. Very rarely will you hear anybody actually full on bury somebody, unless you're listening to Eric Bischoff and he buries everybody regularly. But in general, people tend to tiptoe around guys that they don't like, but Arn just pull no punches and fuck this guy. And talking about how he kind of instructed Cody Rhodes to go out there and half shoot with the guy. That's fun too. Those are the kind of stories in wrestling that makes wrestling, right? It's not a fucking movie. It'll never be full Hollywood as much as Vince wants it to be. There's a part of that's the wrestling business where a work can turn into a shoot real fucking quick, especially if you're fucking with the wrong guy. People in the ring, they'll test you. They'll push you a little bit. And that's fun. I like that about wrestling, and I hope that never changes. You can check out Arn every single Tuesday. Just find it in the podcast style. It's right there next to the fucking radio shows and the shoot interviews and whatever. Fuck off. Oh yeah, thanks for checking out the video. Yeah. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like it if you liked it. Yeah. And you can check out full episodes each and every Sunday right here on the channel. Ooh yeah. Dig it.